Went to Madrid. Difficult place to go, because despite being a country that spends most of its life asleep, tormenting cows and eating small plates of stuff in oil, Spain produces the best footballers in the world. Except maybe him. It's also difficult to get to, because when I apply for a ticket, the club politely tells me to go and fuck myself. Luckily, I know a bloke who knows a bloke whose dad's brother's next door neighbour used to walk the dog of someone who works at Real Madrid. Unluckily, by the time this news comes through, all the flights have been booked, and we have to plot a trip that goes through France, Spain, Kyrgyzstan, and the bloody Democratic Republic of Congo. Up again at silly o'clock to get a cab to the station. The driver's convinced we'll win, but I don't believe him because he claims to have once played for Spurs alongside a player called Nobby Holder. Meet Tim and jump on the Eurostar, arriving in Paris just as the French are getting up to go on strike. The train system is confusing and dirty, and Parisians are just as rude as everyone says they are. Look at this guy, he's got a racist hat. Arrive at the airport, eat a croissant, and laugh at a woman with a ginger afro. On the plane, Tim is delighted to see that the in-flight snack is some ham on a piece of wood. I pray for a smooth flight, because the safety card features a woman who seems to quite enjoy plane crashes and who inflates a life jacket like she's giving a blowjob. Land in Madrid, and Tim does as any self-respecting football fan and heads straight for the nearest fountain. Downtown we find a museum dedicated to ham, a statue that looks like she's taking a dump in a pond, and this place. But we can't find any Spurs fans. Pick up our tickets from a nice bloke in another bar, join a queue just because loads of old people are standing in it, and begin to wonder if we're the only yids in Madrid. Suddenly spot some police, some shirtless blokes, and some broken glass. We follow the trail of spilt lager and piss until bingo, our boys are wrecking the main square. There's Spurs fans from all over, Hornchurch yids, Hackney yids, Bulgarian yids, yoids. Drink some more in a nice bar and order some tapas that looks and tastes like used plasters in vinegar. Outside discover a fat bloke in a Spider-Man suit being harassed by a couple of our fans. So Tim does the decent thing and pretends to kick him up the arse. At the Metro at the stadium, where this red-faced man sings a song that goes Tottenham in the Bernabeu, Arsenal watching Emmerdale, which is funny but doesn't quite work. We arrive at the Bernabeu and narrowly avoid getting mown down by the team coach. We take our seats an hour before kick-off and find that we're the only ones in the stadium. Tim worries that he'll get thrown out of the posh section because of his Spurs tattoo, but soon gets bored and defaces a Madrid flag. The stadium starts to fill up, including this mad Japanese bloke who for some reason is wearing a full Roma kit. A man with a handbag accuses someone else of sitting in his seat, and the pissed Spurs fan hands me his jumper, tells me to look after it, and like Kaiser Soze, he's gone. The atmosphere is electric. I've never been so nervous before a game. But part of me thinks we're going to do this. We didn't look like we'd make the top four, but we did it. We didn't think we stood a chance against Milan, but we destroyed them. We didn't have a ticket, but we travelled across Europe and we got here. We can do this. The game kicks off and Adebayor scores from the first corner. We can't seem to get the ball, so Crouch resorts to attempted murder. It's a red. At half-time it's only 1-0, and that bloke still hasn't come back to get his jumper. The second half starts and it's more of the same. But they still haven't scored. They still haven't scored. Now they've scored. Part of us thinks if we just get one attack we can change this, but then we get one attack and it doesn't change anything. Wales score another goal, and I take out my frustrations on Kaiser Soze's jumper. Still, at least that bastard Ronaldo hasn't scored. Oh. 4-0, big deal. The first leg was just a hustle to make them think that we're worse than we are, because we're Tottenham Hotspur, and playing badly but still winning is what we do. They say the cruelest thing you can give a man is hope, although I reckon it's a kick up the arse while he's dressed as Spider-Man. Still, it's all swings and roundabouts, isn't it?